Starting off international news this evening, 26 Palestinian prisoners were released by Israel this morning as part of an agreement to resume peace talks.
News First Saskia Valinda reports.
Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas greeted 11 Palestinian prisoners sent to Ramallah in the West Bank, while jubilant crowds met the other 15 in the Gaza Strip. Hundreds of family members of the prisoners gathered near the two destinations to receive the prisoners, holding their posters and Palestinian flags. The president gave a speech saying that he will continue to put pressure on Israel to release more prisoners. Jamil Abdel Wahab is one of those released, being jailed in 1992.
I am very glad and excited. The over 20 years of difficult time in prison was finally over, and I am back to my hometown again. I feel very good.
The list of 26 prisoners was authorized by an Israeli ministerial panel under the advice of Israel's security agency. Disdain for the Palestinian prisoners is strong in Israel, where media have featured detailed accounts of their attacks on Israel since a release roster was published. However, Palestinians regard the men as heroes in a struggle for statehood.
So Israel has agreed to free a further 7 to 8 long-serving inmates. The release will be taking place over the next 9 months in several batches, depending on the talks between Israel and Palestine. For News First, this is Saskia Valinda.
The award.
Ireland won its first gold medal at the World Athletics Games in the 50-kilometer race walk event in Russia today.
The final of the 50-kilometer race walk event commenced in Moscow today on the 5th day of the 14th IAA World Athletic Championships. Robert Heffernan of Ireland won the event, clocking a time of 3 hours, 37 minutes and 56 seconds. Robert, who participated at the Beijing Games in 2008, was placed 8th in the 20-meter men's race walk, while he was placed 4th at the London Olympic Games in 2012. Robert entered the record books today by becoming the first Irish to win a gold medal in the men's 50-meter race walk at the World Athletic Championships. Russian Mikhail Rizhov won the silver and J.R. Talent of Australia completed the podium. United States of America tops the medals table with 10 medals, including 4 gold medals.
Horse is 35. And what about...
On to some local cricket news now. The Western team led by Angelo Matthews made it to the finals of the T20 cricket tournament organised by Sri Lanka Cricket. However, it was the Northern team that won the finals of the league round of the tournament held today.
The Western Province team, batting first in their match against the Runa team at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo, posted 120 all out in 17 overs. In reply, the Runa team posted 111 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. Meanwhile, the Kandurata team took on the Northern team in another match played today. Batting first, the Northern team posted 158 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in their 20 overs, with Dinesh Chandimal scoring an unbeaten 93 runs off 57 balls. Chasing 159 to win, the Kandurata team were restricted to 152 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in their 20 overs. Tilana Kandambi top scored with 90 runs. The Kandurata team, led by Lahiru Tirumana, advanced to the finals as they enjoyed a lead in the points table with 4 bonus points.
On to some rugby news now. The Sri Lanka team competing in the second Asian Youth Games left the island at dawn today.
However, on Sunday, Sports First filed an investigative report on how 2 players of the Sri Lanka 7-a-side rugby team taking part in the games dropped from the side at the last moment.
Why were 2 players who even posed for the official photograph with the Minister of Sports prior to the team leaving the island removed from the team at the last moment?
The names of players included in the Sri Lanka team that will compete in the 7-a-side rugby tournament at the second Asian Youth Games that is to commence in China on Friday were released by the National Olympic Committee last Friday. On Sunday, it was revealed on our special segment of Bitter Truth that 2 players who were initially included in the team were replaced by 2 new players. This fact was confirmed yesterday while head of the Sri Lanka team, Olivia Gamage, said that 2 new players were named by the Sri Lanka Rugby Football Union. The team left the island this morning and Sports First inquired from the team manager Manjula Vijay Singha based on what reasons 2 new players were included in the team.
Best team එක ගත්තේ. හොඳ ඉන්න හොඳම කණ්ඩායම තමයි තෝරගත්තේ. අලුත් කට්ටිය කියලා නෑ මේගොල්ලෝ ඔක්කොම ස්කූල් සීසන් එකට ගහපු ළමයි. ඒගොල්ලෝගෙන් තමයි තෝරගත්තේ.
Incidentally, the Sri Lanka School Rugby Association criticised the selection process. Secretary of the association, Susantha Mendis, reiterated that the SLRFU should take complete responsibility for this crisis.
There is a period before sending a team. During this period, team must be selected, the players informed and the school informed. However, in this instance, the school principals were not aware until the last moment that the students had been included in the team.
Deputy Proctor at the University of Peradeniya, Dr. Prasanna Pereira, says that the characters of young players are harmed due to decisions taken at the last moment. He points out that all measures should be taken to avoid such unfortunate situations.
All it affects the thoughts of the student in question. He will wonder whether he has a chance of being selected again. There will be fear in his mind. It also discourages a student. The biggest problem is that this child will enter society with a doubt about the state sector. Then the child begins to have doubts about the government, society, family and school. Therefore, I believe that authorities should not play with the minds of students.
Well, there you go. That's a look at your primetime news bulletin for tonight. As always, it was a pleasure to have you with us, Samshin Silva.
And I am Nicola De Zoiza. Have a good night.
News First at 9.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.